says starting. I think that we might be going. Let's make sure. Oh, okay, cool. We got people. Sweet. All right, hi everyone. Sweet. All right. Oh my God. So as you can see, we're here with Munchkin. And I'm Hannah. This is Megan. Hi. So Megan lives in Baltimore and just drove. It is like so hot here. I don't know where you guys are. Where is everybody from? Y'all tell me in the window. She just drove like an hour to come here and get little Miss Munchkin. So I thought that it would be fun for everybody to get to see her. She's like obviously really excited and playing right now. They're getting to know each other. So we'll talk a little bit about where Munchkin came from, and we'll go actually through my adoption contract so you guys can see what that's like. And then if you guys have questions, you can ask them. So Munchkin was an accidental rescue for me. I was teaching a bunch of workshops down in Vance County, North Carolina. This is a shelter I used to rescue from like a long time ago. When I first started doing rescue work, I would go to this rural shelter. I actually didn't live anywhere near there. I lived like an hour and a half from there. But I would go to this rural shelter because their numbers were horrific. Like they really, pretty much their whole plan for cats was hopefully I will come there. Like they didn't have great adoption numbers. They didn't have any rescue happening. It's changed a lot now. It's getting better. And part of that is that I was given the opportunity to go there and teach some workshops to help improve it, which was cool. But they know me. They know I'm a sucker. I used to go in there and just take like as many kittens as I possibly could out of there at a time when I was, 22. So now it's cool because I was there kind of teaching them to change their programs. And I said, I'm not taking any kittens. Like I don't live here anymore. I live in DC. And I have, kittens at home. So I'm not going to be taking any kittens. And then as I'm leaving, they bring out Munchkin into the parking lot. And I was like, oh no, what is this? And she had a big like open wound on her face. And they were like, you don't even want this one? She's got a wound on her face. And I was like, oh no. I was like, what's going to happen to her? And they were like, and the truth is, even though this shelter is trying to improve, they don't have fosters in place yet, which is why it's important for people to foster kittens, because even a shelter that has the best intentions, if they don't have foster homes lined up, there's nowhere for the cats to go. So she would have been killed. And I was like, oh. And I just looked at her, and I don't know if you guys have seen photos of her, then you know she's got like the most stunning big eyes. She like looked at me with these big eyes, which were actually crusty because she had like really nasty eye infection. And I was like, oh my God, all right. I was like, just put her in the car before I can say no. So she came back with me, and I think I sent you the video of her like purring in the car for the first time. She's got like, I don't even think I posted that one. I don't know if I did. I don't think she's got like big bloody face and she's purring and making muffins. And you're just like, oh my God. And then, within a few days, I had fallen so in love with this kitten that I was like, I cannot believe I almost left without this kitten, because she so clearly is wonderful and deserving of a great life. So she felt so gross. She was covered in fleas when I got her. So she was like crunchy feeling. She had so much flea dirt in there. So I did this video you guys can watch on my YouTube showing how I got all the fleas off of her. And what was amazing was like we watched her and then she felt like satin afterwards. I was like, this is crazy. She was so soft. So, it's just a little love goes like such a long way with these guys. So I now look at her. Now she's courageous. She's happy. She's very trusting. Still very soft. She loves people. She's figuring out how she feels about dogs. So she just met a dog for the first time a few days ago. And do you want to tell them maybe about your house and who lives in your house?
Yeah, my boyfriend and I have a cat, Penny. She's 6. And then we also have a dog, Eloise, who is 2. So she's going to be meeting a couple new friends soon. The feeling that Penny is going to be a little sassy, maybe a little bossy at first, and then Eloise the dog is the biggest scaredy cat that I have ever seen. So
yeah, she was saying that the cat is like the boss of the house.
Absolutely.
The cat is the boss.
Absolutely.
So the dog is kind of like not so sure or just kind of scared, skittish.
She, I think, just respects that Penny is the boss. So
as she should, right?
There's literally a room in our home that it's the office, it's upstairs, it's carpet, it's comfortable, there's no, like, the dog has so many triggers. She's scared of ceiling fan, she's scared of carpet floor. She's a scared dog. But there's no reason for her not to go into this room other than the fact that the cat has just established it as her room. And the dog refuses to go in unless 2 people are in it.
Well, that's funny. So I think, you know, Munchkin, like I was saying to you earlier, she's not like super dominant. Like she was friends with Banjo and Fiddle, and Banjo is very dominant. Fiddle's somewhere in the middle, and then she's just kind of like, okay guys, whatever you think. Like she's sort of like, she's just a cool cat, but she's not a very aggressive cat. So I think, well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with, you know, how the dynamic is with all of them. But I'm gonna guess that she and Penny will be in control of things.
Yeah, I think they're going to be partners in crime. I think she's going to add a nice balance to it, which is fun because Eloise is such a little people pleaser and a tattletale that Penny needs a little companion by her side to make trouble with.
That's nice. So let's see if we have any questions going on here, and then I can show you guys my adoption form. Let's see what people want to know about. All right, so if anybody has any questions, you guys are welcome to ask. Oh, we've got people in New York, Pennsylvania, Birmingham, Alabama, Palm Springs. Hey, if you're in Palm Springs, I'm about to announce an event there, so keep looking out for that at Palm Springs, Palm Springs Humane Society, I think, and it is on the 11th. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people. Cool. People want to know how old is Munchkin. So I'm gonna say Munchkin, she looks between 8 and 9 weeks to me. So she's, you know, just at the right age for adoption. And if you guys have more questions, you can put them in the window here. Everybody's saying, hello, Munchkin. All right, so I'm going to stop blocking up the screen. So this is my contract that I do. It's a foster to adopt contract. It's interesting because she is like right at the age, we could actually weigh her right now if we wanted to. She might be like just 2 pounds. So she is actually not spayed yet, and if you follow me, then you know all of my kittens have to be spayed before they can be officially adopted. Of course, if people were spaying and neutering cats and spaying and neutering cats outside, we wouldn't have so many kittens in shelters waiting for a hero to come get them. So spay neuter is very important to me, and any kittens that I save get spayed. But they all get adopted so young that a lot of the time they are not spayed when they actually go to their new home, which is why I do a foster to adopt contract. And what this contract has on it is space for the kitten's name and information, space for your name and information, and then it has a list of 10 things. And I'm not going to read them all in detail because it's kind of boring legal language. But basically my 10 things I'm asking are that you understand, 1, that it is a 20-year commitment, which is, you know, and it can vary, but 20 years is a nice long life for a cat. So any kitten that I adopt out, I want to make sure the person who's adopting, not that you know what you're going to do for the next 20 years, but you know that like you're committed to making sure this cat has a place to go for the next 20 years. What you see sometimes is people like move into a place that's not cat friendly, and they go like, well, now I have to get rid of the cat. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you move into a place? Why would you even look for that place? Why would you look for that place? So yeah, so that's the first thing. The second is that you understand that you're entering a foster to adopt agreement, which means that she's still property of Kitten Lady until she's spayed. And we'll probably get her spayed in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So within the next 2 to 3 weeks, her property will be transferred from me to you. And I hate considering animals property, but it's just it's fun legal stuff. Then the third one is that you understand you have a duty to communicate with me until she's spayed and neutered at least. So if I want to contact you between now and when she's spayed, that you would respond to it. And that obviously most of the people that adopt from me, they actually have their own Instagrams, so I can just follow you there and know. And what is Munchkin's, what is her Instagram name?
So it's just Munchkin and then Lou, L-U.
And that is because her name is going to be changing.
With permission from you.
With permission. Totally awesome. I mean, I didn't even name her Munchkin. The shelter named her Munchkin. And she is still a Munchkin. She can be, I call lots of kittens Munchkin, actually. But her new name will be Luna.
Luna, yeah. Little Lou.
Or Lou for short. So you guys can follow her at Munchkin Lou, L-U, on Instagram. The cat is to live as a companion animal. You will provide her with nutritious food and fresh water every day, very reasonable stuff. You will never strike or harm her. You'll never have her declawed. And that's an important one because a lot of people don't know that declawing is actually basically mutilating your cat. It's like cutting off half of your fingers. So, you know, we were just talking about scratching posts and stuff for cats. I have this big one here that I love that I got on Amazon. There's lots of things you can do to prevent cats from scratching, but one that we don't do is declaw them because it does really hurt them. And actually a lot of behavioral issues you see in cats can be related to declawing because you basically are mutilating them. They get litter box issues and stuff like that. So that's in my contract. And then we have a part about veterinary care, that you are going to provide routine and emergency veterinary care for her, and that she wouldn't be euthanized unless extreme illness, very, very extreme illness. And that if she must be relinquished for any reason, she must go to a suitable home or back to me, but that she would never be abandoned in an animal shelter. And that is important to me because she came from an animal shelter. So as soon as I get a kitten from a shelter, I say, never, ever, 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 ever again will you end up in a shelter. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then you sign it, I sign it, and then we just stay in touch for the next couple weeks until she's adopted, until she's spayed. And then you never have to talk to me again unless you want to. But a lot of my adopters actually message me like all the time and send me updates. So I love being able to see the updates about kittens like Munchkin. And does anybody on here follow any of my kittens? I follow all of them, of course. Let's see. Did Munchkin have any litter mates that stayed at the shelter? No, she did not have any litter mates. I don't know if she did before. I actually don't have information about where she came from. I have no idea where she came from, but I know that she ended up at this shelter and she was in there alone. So when I saw her for the first time, when I first went in the shelter, her eyes were totally sealed shut, like she couldn't see at all. And I saw the little bloody piece on her. And when I was training the shelter, she had talked about her, and I said, like, there's a kitten in there right now that, like, clearly needs antibiotics and clearly needs, like, her eyes cleaned up, so can you do that? And I used her case as, like, an example of how to care for kittens. And then I was leaving. I mean, I was really not trying to take, because I try to have boundaries, you know. So I was really not trying to take a kitten, but then they were like, don't you want this one? And I was like, oh, gosh. So, yeah, I don't know if she had litter mates or not, but I know that she was in there by herself, and it was so pathetic, and I'm very glad that she ended up with me. Yeah, let's see. People are glad about the declawing cause. Yeah, clause. Declawing cause. Clause. Oh my gosh, it is so hard to say that. What is going on? Okay. Any other questions on here? A lot of people are telling us where they are from. People in the Netherlands. So cool. All right. People are saying that if they were not married, they would be a crazy cat lady. Well, you don't have to be crazy to be a cat lady. I don't actually consider myself crazy.
I don't definitely a cat lady though.
Yeah, I think that it's really awesome to be able to save lives in a way that is very measured and that does not, it doesn't have to be crazy. I have like a very active social life. I'm assuming, well, I don't know you that well, but I'm assuming you're not a crazy person.
I have friends. I have a significant other, and I have now 2 cats, so you can do it.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be crazy to save animals. You just have to. Oh my God, is she like?
She's showing me for your water.
That's
okay. I knew that was gonna happen.
That's so funny. She's like, all right, what's yours is mine.
I had a roommate whose cat used to do that all the time. We couldn't leave water anywhere. Miles would always do
That's so funny. You're so good. Well, she's great. She's like a perfect litter box user. Perfect. Well, now she's like sneezing into it. I think she was like sniffing into her nose. She's great at eating and everything. So we'll just do like a few more minutes if anybody has other questions. Right. How did you start Kitten Lady? Well, that's a long question, and where did Munchkin move to? So I'll answer both of those, and then we'll say bye-bye. So Munchkin is moving to Baltimore. Are you in the city?
I am in the city.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So Munchkin will be an inside cat in the city.
Inside city cat. Where'd you go?
She's all the way over there.
Oh, I just got this fun toy thing. I don't know. None of them have used it yet. Huh?
I might have.
Did you send it to me?
I did.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Thank you.
Amazon wishlist has some really cool things on it.
I have an Amazon wish list, which you can see at kittenlady.org/support. Now she's so distracted. I don't know if she'll look at here. Look at this. Look at that. That was bought by your mama. I would love if she would use it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so grateful for the Amazon wishlist stuff. Basically, actually just now, my neighbor was like, I was saying, I'm going to be gone for a little bit. I'm going to be doing all these speaking events, so I won't be here. There will be somebody here taking care of my cats. And he said, are you going to still have like 10 packages a day on your doorstep? And I was like, maybe. It's not really 10 a day, but sometimes I come home and there's really wonderful gifts for the kittens, whether it's food or even, supplies that I need to be able to do the advocacy work that I do. So thank you to everybody who has ever bought something from the wish list, because it really does help a lot. And that, again, is kittenlady.org/support. You can see the wish list. The last question that I will answer is just somebody's asking how I started Kitten Lady, or I don't know if they meant like how can they get involved in this. Basically, I believe in doing exactly what you believe in doing until you become an expert at it, So like I basically just started fostering kittens, continued fostering kittens, continued learning as much as I could, putting myself in every opportunity that I had to learn until, oh, she got one. You got it. All right, girl. Thanks, work. There's still another one though. Oh, uh-oh. That's so mean. Put it back in. Kitten Lady started just as actually like social media to showcase the work that I do, because this is what I do, pretty much full time, all the time, rescuing kittens. So I used social media to showcase what I do, and people really love it and want to support it. So now, she got both of them. I told you she's smart. She's very smart. So now it's great because I have an opportunity to do a lot more with the support that I'm given just from people following the work that I do. So I'm doing a lot more advocacy, teaching people out there in the world how to save kittens, which is what I'm going to be doing. So the last thing I'll say is that if you are in any of the following places, I will be coming and visiting in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be in Los Angeles at the Animal Rights National Conference from the 7th to the 10th. Then on the 11th, I'm going to be in Palm Springs teaching at their Humane Society. The 12th, I'm going to be in San Diego teaching at their Humane Society. And then I fly to Salt Lake, where I will be doing a few events. One of them being the Best Friends National Conference, which is amazing. And if you have nothing going on in mid-July, I cannot recommend that conference enough, the Best Friends National Conference. So hopefully I can see some of you guys out there. We are going to get her packed up and get all this stuff signed and do all the boring stuff. But if nobody has any last questions, then we'll say goodbye. Let's see. Oh, can we get a Munchkin close-up? Are you kidding? She looks so good now. I mean, I think you were saying, like, when you came in, like, look at how pretty. She's such a pretty girl. And she doesn't have any more fleas, no more ear mites, no more crusty face. She just looks good. She's like, hang on, I've got this ball to get out of here. And everybody's saying they love that you love black cats. Actually, my cat that is my first cat ever is a black cat that looks just like her. So black cats rule. They're awesome. So thank you guys for watching. We'll do one last goodbye. People are saying, does she have any white markings? She has like the tiniest, littlest bit of white on her belly and her throat, which will probably become more pronounced, but look. Woo! Little bit on her throat and just a tiny bit on her belly. I don't even know if you can see. Baby belly whites. So she's so beautiful. She's a little crazy right now. Are you crazy right now? So we'll say goodbye. Bye-bye. Give a kiss. Ooh. Okay. Thank you guys, and go follow her. She's Munchkin Lou, MUNCHKINLU. Did I spell that right? It's like a spelling bee. Munchkin Lou. And now she will go from being, from being Munchkin to being Luna. Little Lou. All right. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye.